said she always empowered her students or the people that she worked with, and she was very, very good at that as well. And I think that's a very special thing that Jan has. And I feel like that again comes from how she was educated in her process of being able to help people reach their goals from a physical standpoint and grow as well. Because again, it's not just about physical goals; it's about emotional goals and about personal goals. And I feel like with Czech, it covers all of those. It's such a three-dimensional way of training. It's not just about how many chins you can do or whatnot. It's not reaching that sort of goal. But the longevity of the benefits of training with someone like that is you get these takeaways that you're able to sort of pass on down to family members or your loved ones or the people that you're close to. And or for myself, like I've got kids now, so I try and sort of pass on what I've learned from them onto my kids, and same as onto my students. And I still use her same techniques and her same training programs that I was given with, because they're still completely relevant. And so I've been training. Essentially, I started training with Jan when I was 23 years of age, and I'm 43 now. So I'm still running with the similar programs and the similar kind of course, everything's evolved, but the core beliefs are still there, and that was sort of instilled by Jan.
Can't agree more with you about the fact that the fact that Jan has that ability, and definitely it did help me a lot myself. What I say to a lot of people when I finished my trainship with Jan after 6 months, I say to people, I didn't got what I actually wanted to. I got what I needed to. She really knows what she does, and is a wealth of experience of a lifetime. And yeah, that was my personal experience with her. And as I said, it's totally correct to what you're saying. Like, she has that ability, and that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful gift. So tell me now, you originally from Australia, from Sydney, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah. And then you've been living in the US for
5 years now, almost.
Okay. So how I know now that you do classes, you do exercise, fitness. How would you describe what you do? What do you incorporate in what you do on your?
Sure. It's I do very multi-directional movement-based training, and it's very, very much so mirrors a mechanical kind of movement that we do in surfing. So I try and do things that are sort of strength and mobility based. It's very much what surfing is along with like a kind of balance and agility style basis, because surfing is essentially multi-directional movements on an unstable surface. So I try and do that, but make sure that our movements are kind of surf based.
Okay.
So that's my focus.
Great. Do you think the work that you did in the past with Jan, that influenced you to
yeah, absolutely. Well, I still do a lot of moves that I do a lot of moves now, the same as what I did with Jan. Like there's a lot of base core moves that are still the fundamental part of my training. And then along with, I do a lot of gymnastica natural, because I do a lot of jiu-jitsu now. So I like to do their moves, which they've sort of, so I kind of melange both of those together. And I do a lot of moves that allow end of range motion, or try and build end of range motion. And then, because surfing is so dynamic and explosive, and there's so much twisting and
yes.
Yeah, so it's I try and do things that are just sort of I definitely I'm open to anything, and I kind of just sort of try and help people reach their goals based on just all the knowledge that I've learned over the last couple of decades now. I've been taught by everyone else.
Great. And with the surf coaching, I guess that was also a natural development,
Yeah.
right?